Well, hello, folks, and welcome to the Melhorn Fishing Podcast. I hope you're having a good day, whatever day it is that you happen to be listening to the show. Today, I'm going to read you a email, or I'm going to attempt to read it to you. You'll probably get what makes it to the video. There's probably going to be a ton of it edited out because this is going to be emotionally tough to do. This has to do with a charter trip that I did that I rank as the best charter trip that I've ever done, and the worst, all in the same trip, but worst in a good way, or worse just because of the emotional toll from it, and it's emotion that's in a good way. So a little bit of a paradox going on in this one, but as you learn a little more about it, you will understand better what's going on. A foundation, the Dream Foundation, reached out to me about booking a trip for a man that was in the end stages of life, and he wanted to go fishing one last time. Initially, there were some concerns. He was wheelchair bound, and they asked, "Can you get a wheelchair on your boat?" And I was like, "Well, we can fit a wheelchair on the boat. Getting it on there is a different story." I tried to get one of my charter captain buddies that had a boat. He was booked. They had a narrow window on when they can do this. This was similar to a hospice situation. It was end stage, and they had a time frame. Sadly, the middle of the day in July, one of the hottest days of the summer, and it was when they could go. So we booked it. We got him down there because he was in the shape he was in. He was basically nonverbal at this point, and very frail, very small. The one thing that was good about that is we were able to lift him into the boat. His family was there. His daughters were there. His son-in-law was there. One of the daughters actually came up with a pretty good plan for getting him onto the edge of the boat, and because of his size, we were able to get him in the boat. So, I had thought about this trip leading up to it, and I don't pray for fish on guide trips. I think it's a wasted prayer. I think there's better things to pray for. This one, I did. Haven't even got to the email, and I've already started. I prayed for a fish on this one. Just one. Didn't want a lot from God. Just one fish. And we went out that morning on another guide trip. And I hit some spots. We caught a lot of fish, but there were spots where I knew things were not. But I had a place where for several days I'd been catching fish fairly predictably. And I avoided that spot. This should have been easier. So anyway, we loaded him up. We headed down there. He loved the boat ride. Like I said, he wasn't verbal, but the smile spoke a lot of words. And we got to the spot, and I was live baiting. And got in position. I had marked. I had a bunch of waypoints in place. Got the first rod, baited up, dropped it down, and was getting the second one baited up, dropped it down, and turned around, and the first rod was going off. And I was like, please, God, just let's get this one in the boat. We got the rod over to him. His daughters helped him. He was able to reel it. He was smiling, and he got the fish in the boat. And I was like, thank you, Lord. We got one. That's all I needed. Went to put the rod back over, and the second rod I put in the water was going off. And I was like, this is really good. Got that rod over to him. This went on for a little while. It was basically, we caught several fish. We caught multiple fish. And it went on long enough that it was to the point where, I mean, they were burning up. They were extremely hot. It was in the 90s that day, and it was just tough. And they were like, "Listen, we've caught a pile of fish. Let's go back." Took off back up the lake, and he was smiling the whole ride back. It was boom, successful. I got a email from the Dream Foundation, which, by the way, if you ever want to donate to an organization that grants wishes, dying wishes for adults, check them out. I'll put you a link down in the description where you can check it out. Very well-run organization, and they sent his email to me just the other day. This took place in July, if I didn't say, I think July 7th is when we ran the trip. So it says, William Setzer has always loved the outdoors. His verbal communication is limited, but when he does have a conversation, the one thing he asks is, when can I go fishing? William would take his daughters fishing often when they were young. And this is part of the application to the Dream Foundation for this trip that his daughter said in the letter. We made so many wonderful core memories in the years fishing and would like the opportunity for one more. That is when they reached out to me, and which I give the Dream Foundation credit. They didn't ask for anything free. The family actually showed up with a check from the Dream Foundation, which I told them to keep. And one of the things I said in the email to the organization was, and they included it in this press release. It said, Captain Dieter Melhorn welcomed William and his loved ones aboard for one last fishing trip. The quote from me was, some life lessons are worth more than the money. Great family and great smiles on his face during the boat ride. Captain Dieter Melhorn. So that's the long and short of it. They also sent some pictures in this press release. That's what you're seeing that they from the trip. So great experience. Tough one. Rewarding. And the bad part, we knew it was coming. The reason I got the email, he passed away at the end of July. So we knew it was coming, but the fact that I was the one to take him on his last fishing trip, pretty cool. So the plan was to get through this without crying this much, but is what it is. The bottom line in this, folks, is enjoy the time you got with your family. Make those memories. Bad days fishing are still good memories. His last day fishing was in some horrible heat, but I think everybody else will probably forget about the heat from that trip because they had this trip and they got these pictures from it. So thanks for the Dream Foundation for making this happen for the family. And quite honestly, making it happen for me. A good somber reminder of the fragility and shortness of life. Hope you guys, I ain't going to say enjoyed this podcast, but can take something away from it. We'll catch you guys out on the water.